What's up, guys? So I've been gone for months, and I've got a really good reason this time. I have teeth now. The last time you saw this video, I had like half of a front tooth left. My teeth were destroyed. I ended up striking a deal with my social media to partner with Stubbs Dental in Layton, Utah, and they hooked me up with permanent implants, and I just been in the process of going there over months, getting the work done and healing, and now moved and in a place where I can get back to doing these videos. So I'm super stoked to be back into it. I am going to be re-recording all these videos. My beard is shorter. I have new teeth. My hair is shorter. So I'm going to finish this series starting with section 5, which is the business plan. And I'm going to go through to 10 or 12. But then I'm going to probably re-record everything, make new scripts. But for those of you who have been checking back over the past couple months or years for this to be finished, so sorry, I am back. I am glad to have teeth now. And this is going to be one of the shorter videos because the business plan is important, but it's not a game changer for everything, and I'll explain why. So, the business plan. What is a freaking business plan? I will give you a hint. For the first several years that I ran this business, I did not have a business plan. I didn't know what the point of one was. And then when I finally drew up a business plan, it sat in a drawer. I did nothing with it. What was the point? Well, a business plan are your notes for how you expect everything to play out. And I wish somebody had mentioned that sooner. As a dungeon master, it's good advice to always plan your game ahead of time. Will it play out that way? Hardly. But it is a nice map for what you and others can expect to have happen. It's just good to write down your ideas and get them out of your skull onto paper. The good news is you may never show your business plan to anyone. It is not an official document. Like D&D, these are your notes. They serve you. It can be used to show to investors so they know that you're not just winging this as you go along, but in a way, you still kind of are. And that's okay. The business plan just lets you get your business out of your head onto a page so that you remember all your ideas, and it may even help to have somebody else be able to look over your business plan to see if there are any flaws. They can make some suggestions. So let's break down what goes into a business plan. Here are the key parts, and trust me, it's not as scary as it sounds. So the first part is the executive summary. This is your elevator pitch, 2 to 3 sentences. If you had 30 seconds to explain to somebody in an elevator what your store was and what makes it different, that's your executive summary. It's just your intro. It's just the pop and the zazz. The second part is your market analysis. Here's where you do a little bit of research. Who's playing the board games? What age groups are in your store? We've talked about this in other videos. What is your store going to look like? Is it going to be like a Pokemon shop for like 12-year-olds, or is it going to be a D&D shop for people in their 20s? You need to know these things. The next section is simple, products and services. Write down everything that you plan on carrying, from bags of chips to soda, all of this other stuff. It's nice to have it written down because if you're missing something, this is when you'll notice it. Your marketing strategy. How are you going to let people know that your doors are open? This is why shops fail, is they don't actually spend any time on their marketing strategy. They just open their door, they wait for people to come in, and no one has any idea that they exist. Operations and management. It's a little complicated. This is the behind-the-scenes stuff. How will your store run from day to day? Who's going to be helping you out? Are you going to have managers? Is it just going to be you? How are you planning on opening your store, closing your store? All of these different things. And then your financial projections. This part, goodness gracious, financial projections was always hard for me. Because it kind of sounds like math class in a sense. But I'll explain. I had no idea how much money I was going to make, and there weren't any business plans online to go by. If I had a coffee shop, I could go online and look for a coffee shop business plan, and you'll find hundreds of thousands of coffee shop business plans. You can cut and paste. But for me, I didn't have any idea how much I was going to earn in my first years as a game store. So here's the thing. You're not going to know until you do it. But for the sake of not leaving your business plan blank, get as best of an idea of how much it's going to cost you to run your store in a year, from lights to rent to inventory to snacks. Do your best guess, because it's just a business plan. It's not a goal. It's not anything. It's not like, well, this is how things are going to go, so I better meet this metric. No, it's just a business plan. It lets people know, oh, this idea that you have for this store, you're going to need to bring in $10,000 a month. Do you think that's even possible? So the business plan can change and grow as you learn more and as your business evolves. It's there to guide you, not to stress you out. That's what a business plan is. Go online, pull up another business plan. If you can find one for a game store, that would be amazing. 20 years ago, they didn't have them. Maybe they have them now. Maybe you can ask ChatGPT to help you build your business plan and to run projections and other things like that. It's a great tool. It's possible. But the main thing is that you're meant to get all of your stuff down on paper so you can look at it objectively and go, okay, this is my business. This is what it looks like. These are the numbers. This is how it's planning on running. This is the rule book for my store. Will it change? Yes, but this is it. And then you can hand it over to other people and say, hey, I want you to invest in my store. This is what it is on paper. Or you can ask somebody else who runs a retail store, hey, you've run a retail store. Look at my business plan. Do you see any problems with it? And they could be like, yeah, you haven't budgeted any money for toilet paper or any money for cleaning supplies. And you can be like, oh, yeah, I didn't even think to calculate the cost of my cleaning supplies. I just figured, I get them. And then you realize, oh, you're going to need an extra $500 a month just for cleaning supplies. That's good to know ahead of time. Even though I was able to successfully run my business without a business plan the first couple of years I did, now that I know better, I will have a business plan. Just like all of the rule books I have in my board games, just like the rule books for D&D, there are going to be parts of it I never look at and never use, but it's there in case I need it. Because if you ever try playing a board game and you don't have the rule book, and then there's a question about something, it's impossible. That's the story. So guys, thank you for being here. I'm going to do more of these videos. I'm going to try and put out 2 a week. I'm going to make sure to finish the series before I go back and redo anything. I'm glad that you guys are here. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the encouragement. And please, if you want to help us get all of this, keep going and all of that stuff like that, like, subscribe, share, go to DiceandDragons.com, order some stuff, and happy gaming.